Reflect who we are and what we hope to build, I am proud to announce that starting today, our company is now Meta.
What is Metaverse? What is Mark trying to do? Is it another wave of VR bubbles? Or is it a legit beginning of a new digital era? Let's find out. Hello everyone, welcome to Visual Literacy Hub. This is Angela. I created this channel to record my daily observation and analysis about this very visual world that we live in, because I don't want to be passively consumed by the bombarding visual information thrown at me. I want to stay critical and be a clever consumer. My analysis you see in this channel is 100% personal, nothing close to professional opinions. I want this channel to be about you and I together, taking our time to see, to think, and to share. Well, let the fun begin. So, what's this meta that Mark is talking about? Meta is the abbreviation of Metaverse, a word made up of meta and universe. This word was first coined in the sci-fi fiction called Snow Crash back in 1992. In the fiction, it was the name of the virtual world where people can live in via the avatars. Technically, meta is not a word, but a prefix. It originated from Greek, meaning above or beyond. Metaverse, therefore, is an online virtual universe beyond the reality world that is made up of countless interconnected virtual communities where people can meet, work, and play. It is the space you can go inside of using virtual reality headsets and augmented reality glasses instead of just looking at it on the screen. In this 24/7 immersive world, you can work, learn, exercise, socialize, entertain, create, and trade. Pretty much everything you can think of doing in the real world, from anywhere, at any time, with anyone. Mark renamed Facebook with Meta. Doesn't mean that he and his company has achieved all the necessary building blocks and technologies needed to build Metaverse. Rather, he's indicating that he wants to develop the company to become the future provider of Metaverse experience in the next couple of decades. Since Metaverse is expected to bring the next level of connectivity that allows people to live their virtual lives the same way they're living their physical lives, it needs to meet some of the basic principles and conditions. There are 8 basic elements mentioned by Mark: presence, avatar, home space, teleporting, interoperability, privacy and safety, virtual goods, and natural interface. I'm going to briefly introduce what I think are the top 3 most important elements. The most defining elements of the metaverse is the real feeling of presence made possible by AR and VR. It's going to stimulate all your senses and make you feel like you're actually in the space with other people right next to you, by capturing more accurate facial expression and gestures, projecting incredible level of visual details, and through a faster, more stable internet connection. Perhaps 5G, 6G, or 7G. And it doesn't always have to involve VR like you see in those movies. It can be a fully immersed VR headset, or it can be the AR glasses or devices that allows the user to see virtual goods projected in the physical world, or a combination of both. Second of all, you can design, buy, and use one or more 3D avatars for different contexts and needs. Could be one for work, one for game, one for other activities. And they can be used across Metaverse experience and platform, which enables interoperability. The movie Jumanji can give you a good idea of how realistic your avatars can be. This brings the next important element, virtual goods. Metaverse is expected to become a world where people can actually buy, create, and trade virtual products and experience. You can watch a movie, buy digital clothing for your avatar, buy games, buy digital art, buy services. That means we can expect a lot of designers and creators to have business in the metaverse and make a good living. All these ideas and concepts sound ambitious and a little distanced, right? But you must have had a glimpse of the metaverse in sci-fi movies, or seeing things that allow you to partially immerse yourself in a virtual world. Although companies like Meta have not built the ideal, full version of Metaverse, a lot of the things we see around us already adopt one or more of its fundamental elements. For example, the virtual idol Miku. The success of this virtual idol proves that compared to real celebrities who have flaws and scandals, a lot of people actually prefer to love a virtual idol who is always positive, pretty, and energetic. China also launched its first meta-human, Ayayi, which is a hyper-realistic digitalized person. Ayayi has already collaborated with big brands to promote their products and has been invited to many social events where she has made her appearance and taken selfies with real celebrities and other influencers. From these two examples, you can start to see the potential of a hyper-realistic avatar and the potential of making profits using virtual characters in business, entertainment, and media industries. Nintendo game Animal Crossing is another great example. Animal Crossing is a unique game because there's no goal or stories to follow. Players simply live on a remote island and decorate their homes as they like, or invite people to come over and visit. Besides the global pandemic, which pushes people to play simple, healing game like Animal Crossing to feel less isolated, the determining factor behind its success was that it allows people to create their own world they feel comfortable living in, and connect with people they like. These are indeed the foundation of the metaverse as well. Another similar example is Roblox, a free platform where players get to dip in and out of different virtual worlds and play games with people around the world. It's packed with user-created games of various genres and qualities. I downloaded it to play the Squid Game a couple weeks ago. Although most of the games there are simple, they look a bit rough and some a little bit crappy, it reflects Roblox's core idea. Let anybody build games using its technology and provide the creators with entrepreneurial opportunities. Sounds familiar? Yeah, it's like a beta version of Metaverse Gaming Center. NFT, the platform to trade digital art, was also introduced in another video of mine. Please have a look if you're interested. So it seems that we are already steadily building towards the metaverse. And everything so far sounds amazing, right? But there's always going to be another side of the story. Here are some of the challenges and concerns I can already think of. Since metaverse is a new digital world, who dominates this world? Who gets to make all the regulations? Metaverse seems to be a global platform, so under the laws of what country should we obey the rules? Whose voice will be heard and whose not? Everybody knows it's not okay to hurt people in real life. But in Metaverse, can you kill or torture people in a game when VR sensors only deliver the actual visuals of the torture without physically hurting them? Will people get into real trouble if they say inappropriate things in there? Also, the amount of energy and electricity to build and sustain such an enormous system is going to be huge. It will be interesting to see how Greta Thunberg will react to it. Then again, people might argue that if most people are able to work and socialize from home, it might cut carbon emission of transportation hugely. Most importantly, how would companies like Meta protect the countless data stored in this metaverse? Well, obviously with the Facebook info leak, Mark doesn't sound very convincing when he said privacy needs to be considered from day one. People will have concern about a new world tied to a social media giant that could get access to even more personal data and was accused of failing to stop the spread of dangerous misinformation. Plus, it seems clear that Meta wants to carry on its business model, which is based on using personal data to sell targeted advertising. Mark said using Metaverse doesn't mean spending more time online. No, I think you mean it. I think you want people to spend all their time other than sleeping in your world and get immersed not only in the experience, but in the ads and manipulative visual information. I freaked out about the possibility that these companies can get wild to my brain when Mark said sensors will one day able to translate those neural model signals into digital commands in control devices. Lastly, I would like to share some of my thoughts about this metaverse. The side effect with gamify and digitize everything is that it immerses you in a universe where you can choose to only interact with people you like and do things you enjoy. Metaverse aims to build a universe where everyone can find a comfortable space to live, connect with people they feel comfortable with, and you can easily block anyone you don't like. When you only spend a couple of hours after work in it just to relax, it indeed sounds like a good escape from the cruel reality. But once your life becomes fully immersed in it, and you do pretty much everything in it, it becomes your only reality. And the more you spend time only with the like-minded people and only doing things you enjoy, the more the sort of intelligence, information, mindset you receive and interchange becomes fixated. Your cognitive system is less challenged by obstacles, by unpleasant things, and more indulged in tailor-made, stimulating entertainment, visuals, and ads. Our everyday life is full of regrets, obstacles, awkwardness, and sometimes unpleasant things and people. Is Metaverse an utopia where these things can be avoided? Will human beings continue to create great pieces of artwork, literature, great ideas, or willing to continue to explore the unknown of the universe, physics, and science when they spend 10 hours a day staying connected and externally stimulated? The question is here for every single one of us to think and figure out along the way. That's all I want to share with you in this episode. Thank you for watching. What is your view on Metaverse? Do you think it can benefit our societal progress? Or is it a Pandora box that will lead humanity to abyss? Let me know in the comment below. Like this video and subscribe if you find it interesting or it inspired some critical thinking in you. See you next time. Bye!